2, 1.
Good morning, Euchee Creek. Today is Monday, November 12th. I'm Miss Purvis.
And I'm Katie Purvis.
Please join me in singing the Star-Spangled Banner with the 4th grade choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, where so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose first stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, as the ramparts we march, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets and clear, the lights bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? O'er the land of the free, in the home of the brave.
Good morning, Euchee Creek. This is Mrs. Jurgen with a few words of wisdom. Sophocles was an ancient Greek writer. He wrote about heroes whose lives ended in tragedy. If Sophocles had lived in our time, he might have written about the heroic but tragic life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Here's what Sophocles has to say to us today. It would be perfect if we always knew what is the right thing to do. But because we don't always know, we should learn from the people who can teach us. Sophocles is saying we need to pay attention to those who can teach us right from wrong. Whether it's our parents, a spiritual leader, our school counselors, or our teachers, learning right from wrong is an important part of learning to be the very best you can be. With something to think about, this is Mrs. Jurgen. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.
The bus rule this week is to not distract the driver with loud talking.
Send in those box tops for the November challenge. Don't forget to put your name on it. Remember to bring it in canned goods for the top talkie.
Today will be our Veterans Day program at 2 p.m. to honor those who have served or are currently serving our country.
Tomorrow is World Kindness Day. Teachers, be thinking of ways you can encourage kindness in our school, especially on Tuesday.
Good morning, Euchee Creek. I'm Miss Foster.
And I'm Mrs. Berry.
And we are here to talk to you about a special PBIS announcement. So we are going to talk about our new train station celebration. Get ready.
Because it is a
Wacky
Wonderland! And you got to wear a tacky, wacky Christmas sweater. And tell us what else is going to be there.
We're going to have snowflakes, icicle lights, and DJ Hamlin. Wiki, wiki, wiki. And all kind of fun things to do. So it's going to be on December 21st. That is our half day and the day right before we get out for Christmas break.
Oh, perfect.
3rd through 5th grade will begin at 9 o'clock.
And K through 2 will be right after them at
10 o'clock. So make sure you're saving up your e-tickets. Make sure you're earning those e-tickets so you all can come to our Wacky Winterland Day.
Can I ask you a question? How can they earn these e-tickets?
Oh, well, to earn e-tickets, you have to be respectful, responsible, safe, and ready to learn all over the building, in the hallways, in the lunchrooms, even at recess.
On what?
And your bus. So the bus is an extension of the classroom and the building. So you have to continue to show the expectations. And one of my favorite bus rules is for this next week. And so I'm going to read it to you. This is very important.
Put your listening ears on. Bloop.
Do not fight or tease other students or make loud noises. So when you are on the bus, what does the bus driver need to be able to do?
He thinks he needs to hear.
He needs to be able to, he or she needs to be able to focus and listen and be able to drive to make sure everybody gets home safe. Because we don't want them to miss a stop, and then what are you going to do? You're going to have a long walk home like Grandpa tells you he hiked to school day and night up hills in the snow.
And then downhill.
And you don't want that.
Ways. Nope.
So make sure that on the bus, and my upper grades, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, I want to see role models. I want to get a positive referral from a bus driver telling me that you've been sitting there, making sure students are keeping their hands and feet to themselves, getting along. We're not being loud. It's not a pep rally. It's not a football game. Do what you're supposed to on the bus and make me proud. I love you, ECE. I can't wait to be dancing with you in December.
All right.
Remember, we are
responsible,
respectful,
safe,
and ready to learn.
That's how we roll. Here's your joke. What does a cow keep in his wallet?
Moolah.
Have a great day. Stay on track. Woo woo.
In honor of World Kindness Day, I have a special story for you called Each Kindness by Jacqueline Woodson. That winter, snow fell on everything, turning the world a brilliant white. One morning, as we settled into our seats, the classroom door opened and the principal came in. She had a girl with her, and she said to us, "This is Maya." Maya looked down at the floor. I think I heard her whisper, "Hello." We all stared at her. Her coat was open, and the clothes beneath it looked old and ragged. Her shoes were spring shoes not meant for the snow. A strap on one of them had broken. Our teacher, Mrs. Albert, said, "Say good morning to our new student." But most of us were silent. The only empty seat was next to me. That's where our teacher put Maya. And on that first day, Maya turned to me and smiled. But I didn't smile back. I moved my chair, myself, and my books a little farther away from her. When she looked away, I turned to the window and stared out at the snow. And every day after that, when Maya came into the classroom, I looked away and didn't smile back. My best friends that year were Kendra and Sophie. At lunchtime, we walked around the schoolyard, our fingers laced together, whispering secrets into each other's ears. One day, while we were near the slide, Maya came over to us. She held open her hand to show us the shiny jacks and tiny red ball she'd gotten for her birthday. "It's a high bouncer," she said, but none of us wanted to play. So Maya played a game against herself. That afternoon, when we got back into the classroom, Maya whispered to me, "Bet you can't guess who the new Jacks Champion of the World is." Behind me, Andrew whispered, "Chloe's got a new friend. Chloe's got a new friend." "She's not my friend," I whispered back. 3 weeks passed. Every day, we whispered about Maya, laughing at her clothes, her shoes, the strange food she brought for lunch. Some days, Maya held out her hand to show us what she'd brought to school: a deck of cards, pickup sticks, a small tattered doll. Whenever she asked us to play, we said no. The days grew warmer and warmer. The pond thawed. Grass began growing where snow once had been. One day, Maya came to school wearing a pretty dress and fancy shoes, but the shoes and the dress looked like they belonged to another girl before Maya. "I have a new name for her," Kendra whispered. Never knew. Everything she has comes from a second-hand store. We all laughed. Maya stood by the fence. She was holding a jump rope but did not come over to ask us if we wanted to play. After a while, she folded it double, rolled the ends around each hand, and started jumping. She jumped around the whole schoolyard without stopping. She didn't look up once, just jumped, jumped, jumped. The next day, Maya's seat was empty. In class that morning, we were talking about kindness. Ms. Albert had brought a big bowl into class and filled it with water. We all gathered around her desk and watched her drop a small stone into it. Tiny waves rippled out away from the stone. This is what kindness does, Mrs. Albert said. Each little thing we do goes out like a ripple into the world. And then Miss Albert let us each drop a stone in as we told her what kind things we had done. Joseph had held the door for his grandmother. Kendra helped change her baby brother's diaper. Even mean old Andrew had done something. I carried teacher's book up the stairs, he said, and Miss Albert said it was true. I stood there, holding Miss Albert's rock in my hand, silent. Even small things count, Miss Albert said gently. But I couldn't think of anything, and passed the stone on. Maya didn't come to school the next day, or the day after that. Each morning I walked to school slowly, hoping this would be the day Maya returned and she'd look at me and smile. I promised myself this would be the day I smiled back. Each kindness, Miss Albert had said, makes the whole world a little bit better. But Maya's seat remained empty, and one day Miss Albert announced to the class that Maya wouldn't be coming back. Her family had to move away, Miss Albert said, and then she told us to take out our notebooks. It was time for spelling. That afternoon I walked home alone. When I reached the pond, my throat filled with all the things I wished I would have said to Maya. Each kindness I had never shown. I threw small stones into it over and over, watching the way the water rippled out and away, like each kindness done and not done, like every girl somewhere holding a small gift out to someone, and someone turning away from it. I watched the water ripple. As the sun set through the maples and the chance of a kindness with Maya became more and more forever gone. The end.